DJ Akademiks did the unthinkable. He posted Rory of Rory and Maul's child online.
I really can't wait to see how Rory responds to this and if he does at all, because just hearing something like this, there's no way you're ever going to be able to do anything the same again if you think that Ak is in the bushes or something, just watching you. Which now, while this all may seem ridiculous, and honestly it is important to know that Rory is the only person ever, and this is why Akademiks hates him so much, who came to his house while his mother was there and knocked on the door, left an envelope, and caused a ton of chaos that, well, Ak was really mad about. And listen, I'm just gonna let Ak explain this here and really give him his meet the Grams moment, because he has been waiting for this for a long time, and I guess he got it. Which, just get ready for this, because this is the most important thing now in this fallout of the fall off of Rory and Mal that you'll see.
The only person who had the audacity to show up to my house was this little white boy right here. So it's been up with me and him since then. It's been up with me since, I see some people like, yo, why'd you, I don't care. I could have seen that nigga let me tell you this. I had niggas watching him. I don't care. He could be at a funeral. He could be at the birth of a kid. I don't give two fucks. I need to know what that nigga, and this is no threats of violence. I just had to figure out what he was doing, because he thought he had to drop on me. Boy, you live in Jersey City. Where he live at, five blocks away, I pay $22,000 a month for 3 studios I don't use. Actually, it's not 3. I don't even use them. But still, the point is, I have a headquarters where he lives at. So it was all fun when people said, yo, you be at your crib, you think you could talk, whatever. So when I told you, yo, I think some pulled up to my crib, they left something in my mailbox, I read the thing out, I had mad ops, I don't know who it was. When we figured out who it was, y'all all laughed. Yeah, you thought nobody was gonna come see about you. Y'all all laughed. So now when I got people watching him while he in the park, we watching him while he taking his mama to the doctor's appointment, we watching everything. Why would you put up a picture when he with his kid? Care what going on? Did he care what was going on? He dropped off the letter in my mailbox. My mama was in my house, because my mom be at my house at times. Did anybody say that like, yo, damn, why'd you show up to his house like that? You don't know who at Ak's house. But for all of y'all who say, yo, Ak, you went too far, I ain't go far enough. I don't want apologies. I don't care. I'm wishing the ultimate to you. I want people to know that. I'm not down for conversation. I don't want to squash no beef. It's up for life.
What up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit that like button, hit a subscribe, hit notification bell. Keep sending those cash apps to CLBMG. Join the membership. And are you buying that merch down below? Listen, man. I know that this has been a week of when suckers attack, or AKA when suckers go wild. We've seen a lot of suckers just living in their prime. They're doing all the sucker shit that you can eat. It's a buffet of sucker shit. You can just fill your belly with goofy sucker shit. Us YouTubers are eating very, very well right now, gang. But even a sucker can go too far, and we're seeing 2 of the worst chumps online have a battle, have a debate that has been 4 years brewing. They've been going back and forth, but Akademiks has officially taking this thing too far. And I know Akademiks sees it otherwise. He goes online and says his op, right? He's watching his op full time for the rest of his life. I want to have this conversation because, for one, this is what happens when suckers get money. You've been seeing these guys just lay each other out online, say the most horrendous, devious stuff back and forth on both sides. They have been trashing each other for years. Some may say Rory's been defending himself. I don't know if it's defending himself or keeping it going with Akademiks, because they've been throwing shots at each other for years. Allegedly and apparently, Rory took it way too far by going to this man's house and knocking on the door and putting something in his mailbox. I don't know. I never heard the letter, never read the letter, never listened to Akademiks read the letter. I pretty much dismissed this whole thing as internet antics. So Akademiks has come years later, apparently 4 years later. I saw the video thumbnail. I didn't click it, but it showed that it was approximately 4 years ago when Akademiks read the letter and informed us that Rory had stepped onto his property with his mom in the house, which was very disrespectful. You got to think they learned from the best, right? Wasn't it Joe Budden that ran up on somebody's house and recorded it back in the very early days of YouTube when that stuff first became popular, when YouTube and Vlad TV and all that stuff like that there? And I know Joe Budden don't like talking about this, but they ran up on somebody's house, or somebody ran up somebody's whatever, back when Joe Budden TV was really popular and just getting popping, when Joe Budden was still rapping, right? They learned from the best, right? The avant-garde, the god of this podcast and shit, at one point was embroiled in a lot of controversy on these streets, right? So they learned to troll from the best. And by Rory going to Akademiks' house, I don't know what he was planning to accomplish, but he was wrong. Now, let's fast forward 4 years later, and Akademiks, soon as Rory gets in this mess, this Twitter. Now, let's mind you, we don't know how long Akademiks has been surveying Rory. Could have been surveying him for 4 years straight. We have no idea. But he decided that once Rory got into this mess, this nonsense of this black Twitter betrayal, right? And all these Beyonce tweets, these so-called 100 tweets of anti-black retweets and this, that, and the third, which Rory has yet to fully apologize. And when he did attempt to apologize, he made one of the goofiest, dumbest rebuttals you will ever see in your life. The damn near end his own career, and Maul that's sitting right beside him, like two doofballs, right? Two mothballs in a closet, right? End of the day, Akademiks came with a picture. Once this scandal dropped and Akademiks saw his end, actually, decided that now is the time to let the whole world know that I got this man under surveillance, right? You know how they say, and I believe Kendrick said this, but I'm not sure if he actually said this or not. But I know this saying has been around for a long time. When they say, once a lame, always a lame. Akademiks is a lame. Rory of Rory and Maul is a lame. And what lames do, it's like a guy that didn't have no action in high school. So once he gets on and gets a lot of money, he gets more action than he can handle, but he's always paying for the action, right? These are these two fools right here. Rory allegedly had some guys go to Akademiks' house somewhere. I believe it had to be in Jersey. Pop up at the door. So now Akademiks has some guys following Rory, took pictures of Rory with his kids. He's unapologetic. He posted it. Now, I'm not sure if the pictures that I see online actually show the kid. I see a kid. I don't know if that's the kid. Now, I'm just going to be honest. Akademiks is playing a very dangerous game, but listen, I don't hope for nobody to get ill will. I mean, to have ill things happen to him. But I hope this guy's mother places some type of child endangerment hit on Akademiks for doing this. It has to be something done. Akademiks plays a lot of silly games online. He's been trolling and doing all kind of stuff, saying all kind of stuff to just anybody as he wants to, that he wants to from the safety of his own home, right? He says he has houses, right, 3 studio apartments around the same area that Rory is at now, right? He's a stone's throw from Rory. He's like low-key stalking this guy, right? I think those are safe houses, let's just be honest, in case his ass got to run, right, on the run somewhere where he's trying to get away from whoever's trying to get his ass. I think he's going to run to one of them 3 houses. Probably got houses all over like he's a goddamn CIA agent or some shit, right? He got safe houses all over the place, right? The hitman's bodyguard on some Samuel L. Jackson shit, right? I feel like Akademiks doesn't understand that he's going too far because he doesn't understand pretty much being a normal human, being a pleasant person. He's not a pleasant person. He's an awful person. Rory is just as bad. So you don't know who to root for or who to condemn in this situation because they both awful. But what I want to say to Akademiks, and I just want to be clear where I stand on this, you're dead ass wrong. Taking pictures of this guy, period. Taking pictures of this guy, following him around, and I guess Akademiks is like, it's up for life. Well, I hope and pray that this kid's mom takes out some kind of order on you and literally takes half of what she could take from you, because to post this kid's picture, there's got to be something child endangerment about that. You showed this guy's location, so now any wacko anywhere in the world can go and figure out where he's at. It looks like there are cars. All of this stuff can be identified. That playground, they can find him. You already said he's in Jersey. You said the part and everything. So you just endangered this woman's child over a petty online beef. And no, he shouldn't have came to your home with your mom on. But guess what? If you wanted to straighten it with him, you need to straighten it with him. Now you involved an innocent child. That's the problem I have with it. You guys are playing internet buffoon games. You think this is cute. You think it's funny. You're doing this for clicks. Somehow you're walking around talking about my op. Dude, you are a streamer. You ain't got not one op in this world. Not even one. Nobody can find you. No one's put a hand on you ever. The only time they even came close to you, you copped so many pleas they had to let you go. Right? It's like hitting a man with glasses, right? It ain't no props in that. So they saw how scared you were and they let you go. So you walking around talking about he's my op. Oh yeah, he's your op. You literally could have straightened this 4 years ago. Now you coming 4 years later. That baby has nothing to do with this. And you gonna post a child? Yeah, once a lame, always a lame. Akademiks, what we need to do is figure out where you at, right? Start following you around. And the simple fact of the matter is, Rory need to put some kind of complaint on you. There is no reason for you having nobody follow him. I know a lot of your stands and fans, this, that, and the third, they're like, yeah, follow him. I know you got the money. Just because you can don't mean you should. I'm going to assume you're violating his privacy. You're not sending paparazzis after him. He don't know these people. Right? I'm sure if he wanted to put you in a lengthy court battle, he could. He could say Akademiks went online. He showed my location. He endangered my child. He has strangers following me. I don't know these people. They're outside my home. He can start looking around, figuring out who's taking pictures. He can figure this out. Right? You have no reason to be in his private space. Apparently, this guy's following him to his home. So there's got to be something. I guarantee you, if he sit down with the right lawyers, they'll figure something out, Ak. You told on yourself. You do stuff for internet. You do internet games. That's silly. But this could turn out very, 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 very not funny for you, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. End of the day, I know he violated coming to your home, and that was goofy too. I'm not absolving Rory of anything. That was goofy, dumb, ridiculous. It's grandstanding. He wasn't gonna do nothing. He put something in your mailbox just to tell you I'm here. But who's gonna be scared of Rory, gang? Let's just be honest. Whatever you put in the mailbox, I guarantee you, it was the goofiest shit ever. Some goofy tough talk. Remember they said your boy, the bubble bath rapper, was texting who was it? Dave Free and these other guys talking this mob ball shit during the battle, right? Talking all this tough shit that they just laughing at him, right? Remember that story that they came out after the whole thing settled? They said your boy was talking tough through the whole battle, just sending texts, right? So end of the day, no one was scared of that and no one was scared of Rory. So what we're seeing right now is Rory has every right. You violated. I'm sure there's all kind of violations act. I'm sure that you publishing this man without his knowledge. I'm sure there's some kind of way that this could come back and bite you. We're gonna see. Let me read this story. Let me see what happened. DJ Akademiks posts photos of Rory and his child in public and gets called a creep by Gabrielle Braz Navarez on the HNHH. That's the Hot New Hip Hop.com. DJ Akademiks claimed he kept his eye on Rory after he allegedly paid a shady visit to Akademiks' home a couple years ago. For those unaware, DJ Akademiks and Rory Farrell have been brewing a beef in the hip-hop podcast world for years now, which many fans didn't expect to resurface. However, following the racism scandal causing backlash for Rory right now, it seems that Akademiks wanted to make his week worse. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of, I get it that you want to kick a dude when he's down and you want to strike when the iron is hot, but this kind of lame gang, I'm just going to be honest, you coming out of nowhere with a random beef, like I'm following you around this weird gang and it don't look as tough as you think. I know you don't think that this look like you're some type of freaking kingpin or something, like I can hit you at any time. We know you're not going to do nothing. So paying random dudes just to follow him around for what? This guy clearly, it's been 4 years ago. He clearly ain't think about you no more. So you saying you follow him around for what? If something happened to him, you're going to be suspect number one. At this point, if anything happened to him, you got a real problem. Let me continue. On Twitter, he went on a scathing rant against Maul's co-host that began with a simple Twitter message. I ain't forget you, punk. Let me spin the block one more time. I love it, man. This dude Akademiks acts so tough through the computer gang. Like, this guy probably wouldn't even bust a grape. He probably would laugh if Rory rolled up on him. He probably wouldn't even have nothing to say. He wouldn't talk none of this tough stuff. I guarantee he's yelling at that girl in that lobby louder than he would be yelling at Rory. I'm just going to be honest. Unless he had his cousin and all these other dudes he always talking about he around. All these demons he got that's around, then he'll get probably real loud. It'll be real crazy. But other than that, nah, not one-on-one. I don't see it. I don't see him raising his voice. I'm just going to be honest. Let me continue. The post featured a screenshot of Young and Ace, Who I Smoke diss track music video. Then DJ Akademiks brought up old accusations against Rory of him allegedly visiting Ack's house a few years ago and leaving a note in his mailbox amid their beef. Now, no one even knows if this happened or not. Akademiks said this happened. This is Akademiks' word, right? Let me continue. In his post, DJ Akademiks included pictures of the former Joe Budden podcast co-host out in public with his child. He insinuated that he's been following or at least keeping tabs on him since this alleged incident, where he's presumably where the pictures come from. Now, you've been paying somebody to follow this guy for 4 years. What did you learn, Ak? What information did you gather from following Rory of the Rory and Maul podcast for 4 years? Right? What's going to happen if he enters your neighborhood? What do they hit you up? Yo, Ak, I'm sorry to disturb you, sir, but we have credible evidence that Rory of the Rory and Maul show is in your neighborhood. Would you like us to take action? Like, what, you got secret agents out here following this nigga in case he get anywhere near the embassy, the embassy 2 over there, the second embassy? Let's be honest, Ak, you wasting your money. But if you got it, just spend it, man. It is what it is. Quote, 4 years ago, this is Rory. You came to my house trying to be cute like you were some mob boss. I've been on your head ever since, for my protection, of course. Thought you got a $10 million podcast deal. I don't know why you still in the hood. There's mad black women out there. Don't you hate them? So Akademiks is trying to be funny, and it's really not funny. I don't think it's cute. I think it shows that when you give a lame this kind of money, they do lame things, and this is literally one of the lamest things I've ever heard, paying somebody to survey somebody that ain't going to do nothing to you. The worst thing he did was put a note in your mailbox. Ak, let's just peel back the layers. You claim it was some goons. Well, why the goons ain't come back? Why he didn't return? He could have carried this on for years. He never came back. He did it one time, and you said it was him, allegedly. Right? Allegedly. As much as you say you like to snitch, why you didn't tell the cops? Like, make this make sense. And what did he do in the first? He claimed and said what? Did what? Like, come on, Ak. Let me continue. Shortly after, Ak responded to a fan criticizing him for posting the pictures. Quote, Dick Ryder, him coming to my house was asking to get spliffed in. Fuck his whole family tree. He scathingly responded. Akademiks ended his rant at press time with this message. Have patience. It might take 10 years. You'll catch them fuck N-words. Akademiks and Rory's beef stems from critical comments Ak made about Rory and Maul during their Joe Budden tenure. They continue to trade blows in the aftermath, and this presents the biggest escalation yet. Now, this is my question to you. You're saying have patience. It might take 10 years. 10 years of what? You're going to pay a private eye to follow this guy for 10 years and take pictures of his kid? Kid going to be in fucking college somewhere. By the time you still taking pictures, you ain't going to do a goddamn thing to this guy. This guy ain't thinking nothing about your ass. Right? He don't care what you're doing with your life. He's already moved on to bigger and weirder shit. But you going to follow him and pay. I don't know what you're paying this guy. This guy just going to eat forever. This guy probably go over there once a day. Yep, he there. Take a picture and tell your ass he was there for 8 hours. Draining your dumb ass. Act you dumb. And I hope this lady come and get your ass. I saw the mother of the child, and she is none too happy. I hope one of these ambulance chasing ass lawyers come out of nowhere and find a reason to get her to get after your ass. Because you deserve it. I'm going to leave it at that, man. And Rory, you brought this on yourself. You should be embarrassed and ashamed that you even went back and forth with a petty MF like Akademiks. It got you no brownie points. You get nothing out of it. You ain't going to catch him. You ain't going to touch him. You ain't going to do nothing. You better figure out a way to protect your family. You better figure out a way to protect your child. All right? You ain't got to do nothing violent, but you do need to end up in that court of law. Send some of that money that from Akademiks' account to your account, because Akademiks is silly and goofy, and you need to get him. You need to punish him for this weird ass behavior. I'm out of here, man. CLBMG. Let me know what you think in the comments. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental US. Also, every Wednesday night, we go live on The What Show. Me, TJ, and Fliz. Tap in about 9:15 on all my social media platforms. Also, are you buying the merch? Tap in with the merch down below. I'm gonna catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.
Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end. And then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking. And all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like past fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here and we ain't the cheese, we the trap.